that we stop at this point, which is beta, right? Okay, so let's go back a bit to what we did so far. Okay, so this is what we did, okay. Now, so before that, we calculate, or we did for the individual stock. Sorry, not this one, Let me. Okay, so before that, we do for the individual stock, right? So the individual stock, we calculate expected returns of A, expected returns of B, and then we analyze the risk of the stock, right? Okay, we calculate the variance of stock A, and then we convert into standard deviations of A. So this is measuring the risk of the stock, and then this one, variance stock B, right? Standard deviations of B, and also here about the risk. Okay, then you make a decision whether are you risk averse or risk taker. So we found that A, let's say high risk, okay, and B is low risk. So therefore, if you are risk averse, you will invest more in B, and vice versa. Okay, then we proceed, or we continue with the portfolio to form a portfolio here. So when you want to form a portfolio that consists of risky asset, which is A and B. Okay, stock A and B. So both are risky assets. Okay, in the portfolio where you invest 60% in A, as stated in the example, 40% in B, right? Okay, then you will calculate the expected returns of the portfolio and then variance of the portfolio. Okay, so it's not this one. Okay, and then the standard deviations of the portfolio is the square root of the variance, right? Okay, so when you form a portfolio, you have to take into considerations the covariance and correlation. That is the covariance between stock A and B, correlation between stock A and B, right? It can be positive, it can be negative, 0. And the range for the covariance and correlation is between -1 and what? +1. Okay, so if the value of the covariance and correlations are approaching -1 or becomes lower, that means the diversification effects in this portfolio, right, will be higher. If it's approaching +1, or the value of covariance and correlation become larger until, or bigger until it reaches +1, which is perfectly positive related, that means the diversification effect is lower. What happens if the diversification effect become greater? That means your portfolio risk, okay, portfolio risk you become lower, okay, become smaller, okay, and vice versa lah. If diversification effect become smaller or lower, that means portfolio risk you higher. Okay, right. The next one, when you want to form a combination, form a portfolio, so the investors actually have many options, right, untuk stock A and B. It's not only 60-40%. Right, it can be 50, it can be 51, 51 maknanya 49 49%, it can be 20, 80%, we can have a combination of 70%, 30%, and etc. So this combination is called as what? Opportunity set, ataupun kita panggil feasible set. That means kalau kita draw the diagram, right? Kalau untuk two stocks, it will be a curve lah. It will be starting from this one, and it is the shape of this line, or the shape of the opportunity set curve here is depending on the covariance and correlation. Okay, let's say covariance correlation kita is negative something kan, so it tends to be like this. Lagi rendah, lagi dekat lah dia dengan particular axis ni. Okay, so this is the opportunity set of a feasible set. Tapi daripada set ni, combination yang banyak-banyak ni, right, which is so called as the opportunity set, which one is the efficient, the most efficient, right, combination ataupun efficient portfolio that will fall under efficient set. Which one? Kita nak identify. Generally, it starts from MV. So what is MV? MV is the portfolio that has what? The lowest standard deviation. Okay, starts from MV to A here. So this is called efficient set. Okay, tapi kalau daripada B and then go through MV and continue to A, this blue line is called what? Opportunity set. Okay, so ini kalau dua stock. Tapi kalau more than two stock, many risky asset, kita ada stock C, kita ada stock D, kita ada stock E, and etc. Maknanya lagi banyaklah combination kita ni. Right? Bukan setakat ni saja, lagi banyak. Right? Maknanya opportunity dia lagi besar. Menimbun-nimbun dengan kata lainnya. So that means combination dia can be here, here, and here. Therefore, dia punya opportunity set is no longer a curve, but opportunity set now becomes what? A shaded area here or confined region here. Termasuklah titik yang di atas curve tu tadi. Okay, ni bentuk ni. So the blue shaded area here is called as the opportunity set or feasible set for many risky asset. Okay, tapi dalam banyak-banyak combination ni tadi, yang ini semua ni yang kita panggil opportunity set, which one is the most efficient one, right? That will be considered as efficient set. Again, it will be this line. Okay, it will be this. Okay, titik hitam tu. Okay. Right, so it will be this one. Daripada MV sampai ke titik E. Okay, boleh? So that is about it. Efficient set, opportunity set and so on. Okay, lepas tu investors juga nak combine apa? Boleh juga ada option di mana dia boleh combine. Okay, risky asset dengan apa? Risk-free asset. Yang menyebabkan bila dia combine risky asset and risk-free asset, okay, risk maknanya zero, standard deviation zero risk. So dia punya line kalau combine ni jadinya. Okay, so dia combine dengan risky asset kan tadi. So here. Okay, so ada satu titik dekat sini dia touch yang kita panggil dia optimal portfolio. Okay, then in that case kalau you combine lagi banyak asset, maknanya you punya portfolio dah become a large and diversified portfolio that can be called as or can be more or less the same as the market portfolio. Okay, and then when your portfolio become large, okay, and diversified, okay, maknanya different stock, different industries. So the risk that remain here is what? Systematic risk. Okay, the unsystematic risk have been what? Measured by variance no longer exist, already diversified away. Yang tinggal sekarang systematic risk. Yang itu yang ditinggalkan jadinya apa? Measured by beta. Jadi setiap stok ni tadi akan ada beta masing-masing lah. Okay, so kita akan ada beta B, beta stok D, beta stok C, beta stok A, and beta stok E, and so on. Okay, and etc. Okay, jadi dekat sini, any, right, market changes. Okay, market changes, right, any market changes will influence the return, okay, of the stocks in the portfolio. Okay, right, how much it will influence depends on beta. Okay, right, now we go to beta. What is beta, right? Let's go to the slide. So beta is measuring the responsiveness of the returns of stock or return to the movement in the returns of market portfolio. Right, kita nak tengok berapa banyak return sesuatu stok itu berubah apabila market itu berubah. Dan perubahan return untuk stok tersebut dipengaruhi oleh beta. So how are we going to calculate the beta? So the formula of beta, right? Formula of beta equals to the covariance between stocks and market, right? Sebab return untuk satu stok tadi dipengaruhi oleh market kan. Jadi dia kalau stok A maknanya beta stok A. So kalau kita kira in general, beta untuk sesuatu stok adalah covariance between what? The stocks and the market and the market changes. Market changes is measured by variance of the market lah. Jadi in that case, if we, right, wants to determine how much the returns of stock A will be affected when the market changes, then we need to calculate beta of stock A. So beta stock A, that means can be determined by the covariance between stock A and the market. You divide by what? Changes in the market condition, which is measured by variance of the market. Okay, if you want to know how much the return stocks is going to be if the market change, right, whether recession or expansion, it will depends on beta of stock B. So again, we need to determine the beta of stock B, covariance, relationship between stock B and the market, divide by the market changes, which is measured by the variance of the market. So this is the formula. Okay, now, so the beta can be a positive value, can be a negative value, can be a zero. And there is no range for beta. Tak semacam covariance and correlation. Covariance, correlation range between positive 1 and negative 1, right? Tapi kalau beta, it can be more than positive 1, it can be less than negative 1. Okay, so let's say, now, we calculate the beta of stock A. Let's say kita dapat positive 1.5, right? Positive 1.5. So what's the meaning of positive sign? Okay, positive sign shows that, okay, if beta stock A is a positive value, that means return stock A, right, will move in the same direction, the same direction as market. Okay, that means market return lah, in other words, market portfolio's return. So that means, let's say, for example, let's say market portfolio return or market lah, market portfolio return or market falls. So what happened to returns on stock A? Sebab dalam portfolio you ni ada stock A, stock B kan, stock C. So what happened kalau market di luar sana ni berubah? Kalau market ni jatuh, berapa return stock A? Macam mana market changes tadi affects returns on stock A? So what happened to return stock A if the market change or drop with a positive beta? So stock A ada positive beta, right? So that means return stock A also decline. So that is what I mean here. Okay, stock A's return will move in the same direction with the market return. Okay, if the market return falls, that means returns on stock A also fall. If the market return, right, market return increase, what happen returns on stock A? Returns on stock A also increase. But the next question is, how much is going to decrease and how much is going to increase? Okay, due to market changes. Jadi dalam kes ni kita ambil one simple example. Let's say market return, okay, market return falls by 1%. So what happened to the returns on stock A then? Is it going to fall? The answer is yes. Why fall? Because of positive sign. Okay, faham? But how much the returns on stock A will fall? So kalau dia jatuh 1%, look at the beta value. So returns on stock A will fall by 1.5%, more than market. What happens if the market return increase by 1%? Okay, what happens? Also increase. Okay, if return stock market return increase by 1%, that means returns on stock A also will increase. Why is it also increase? Because of positive sign. Okay, follow the same direction. Okay, then how much dia akan increase? Increase by 1.5%. That means kalau market naik by 10%, berapa return stock A akan naik? Return stock A akan naik by 15%. Understand? Okay, tapi kalau market jatuh, dia pun akan jatuh. Jadi kalau beta tu lebih tinggi, bermakna lagi teruklah rugi dia. Okay, so that means stock with high beta is actually has high risk. Okay, alright. What about kalau beta untuk stock tu tadi adalah negatif? What happen? If the beta of stock A tu tadi, beta stock A is a negative value. Let's say negative 1.5. What happened? That means, or what's the meaning of negative sign here? That means what? Returns on stock A is moving in different direction from the market. So they are not moving in the same direction lah. Okay, so that means let's say kalau market return falls, what happened to returns on stock A? Returns on stock A increase. Why is that? Because of negative sign here. But the question, next question is, okay, how much the returns on stock A is going to increase? So depends on the beta value. Let's say if market return falls by 1%, that means returns on stock A will increase by 1.5%. Okay, right. If it's increase, market return increase by 1%, that means returns on stock A will decrease by 1.5%. Are you following? So that is what we meant by beta. Okay, so beta will measure the returns on stock A. Maknanya it will measure the risk lah, okay, of stock A sebenarnya to the market changes. Okay, beta will influence the what? The responsiveness of stock A to the market changes. Okay, are you following? Boleh
Yes.
Right. Now, sekarang ni kita punya stocks risk is measured by what? Beta. Okay, setiap stock ni sekarang, right, the risk of this stock is no longer measured by variance. Why? Because variance is already diversified away, right, through the diversification effect, right? Tapi sekarang yang tinggal adalah apa? Beta. Systematic risk. Risk yang boleh diversify away tu tadi kita panggil unsystematic risk. Faham? Okay. And this data will be applied in capital asset pricing model, right? Which was introduced by William Sharpe, if I'm not mistaken. William Sharpe in 1964 kot. Saya. Right, William Sharpe come up dengan this model to show, right, to show the relationship between the risk and return of the stocks. Okay, and the risk, okay, the risk is no longer measured by variance and standard deviation. Instead, the risk is what? Now it's measured by, what is it? By beta. Okay, that is more relevant to the market, which is, in other words, it is actually measured the systematic risk. Okay, right. Katakanlah kita sekarang nak kira return on stock A sekarang. Kita dah tak guna dah formula expected return tadi, yang probability and so on yang mula-mula kita belajar. Sekarang kita nak apply CAPM. Okay, jadi kita nak apply CAPM, kita nak kira returns on stock A now. Right? By taking into account the beta lah, stock tadi kan. So kalau kita guna CAPM, maknanya return stock A. Okay. Before that, general formula untuk CAPM, kalau kita kira untuk general asset or general stock, kita guna simbol I lah. Okay. RI, that means any stock, equals to RF, because investors will combine the risky dengan risk-free asset. Jadi kita kena take into consideration juga return from the risk-free asset. Okay, plus beta of stocks I, general stocks, times RM minus RF. So this is actually the market risk premium. Market risk premium maknanya refers to the market changes. Okay. Kita excludekan RF ni tadi dalam formula sebab RF is unaffected by market changes. Whatever happen in the market, COVID-19 ke, tak COVID-19 ke, interest naik ke, GDP tak naik ke, and so on, ataupun apa, inflation rate berubah ke, jatuh ke, naik ke, dia tak akan affect returns on the risk-free asset. Dia akan maintain risk return dia tu tadi. Return dia tetap sama. Asset ni macam tak ada perasaan lah. Dia tak ada perasaan. Ataupun dia macam bulletproof lah. Bulletproof. Whatever happen in the market, return dia still maintain at that rate. Right, sebab dia risk-free asset tadi kan. Okay. Has no relationship with the market. Sebab tu dia punya covariance dengan market adalah kosong. Okay, risk-free assets covariance with the market is 0. Right, let's say kita nak kira untuk stock A. Kalau kita nak apply specifically to stock. Okay, we applied it on the specific stock. Let's say kita nak calculate return stock A. So that means applying CAPM, RF plus beta of stock A times market risk premium or market changes, which is measured by RM minus RF. Okay, kalau kita nak kira returns on stock B using CAPM, that means RF plus beta stock B times RM minus RF. If we want to calculate untuk stock C pula, macam ni kita nak kira untuk stock C. Okay, return stock C, RF plus beta stock C, which is RM minus RF. Okay, look at the formula, each formula here for different stock here. What makes the returns on each stocks different from each other? Apa yang menyebabkan return untuk setiap stok ni tadi berbeza?
Beta dia.
Dia punya beta. Kenapa beta ni tadi menyebabkan return dia berbeza? Sebab different stock would respond to the market changes differently. Betul tak? Tak semua stok akan respon sama kepada to the market changes. Nampak tak? Sebab tu kita nak bezakan the responsiveness of different stock tadi using the beta. Okay? Alright, so this beta will make the returns on each stock differ. Okay? So let's say beta stock A. So saya bagi simple example to you. Right? Okay, let's say we calculate beta stock A. What is the formula? Covariance of stock A and the market divide by the market changes, which is measured by variance of the market. And let's say you dapat positive 1.5. Okay, right. And then what else? Kalau kita kira beta untuk stock B pula. Beta untuk stock B, again same formula, covariance between stock B lah and the market divide by variance of the market. Let's say you dapat positive 0.5. Both stocks are, right, both stocks returns are moving in the same direction with the market. Maksud dia apa? Kalau market tu naik, return stock A and B pun akan naik. Tapi return stock mana yang akan naik lebih banyak? Stock A. Sebab beta dia 1.5. Okay? Right. Kalau kita nak measure, nak compare dari segi risk dia, which stock is more risky? Is it stock A or stock B? Stock A. Right? Stock A is more risky. Okay, as compared to stock B. Why? Because stock A has higher beta. Okay, now let us calculate. Okay, the returns on stock A if there is a market changes. Let's say dalam information diberi, okay, so let's say given that market return, okay, market portfolio return is 12%. And let's say the returns from the risk-free asset is normally lower than the risky asset, right? So let's say 5%, okay, which is lower. And let's say beta is positive 1.5. Okay, so now the question asks you calculate the required, kita panggil return tu tadi dalam CAPM, required rate of return. Okay, which is R. Dia tak ada head Kalau expected return dia ada head kat sini. Tapi sekarang kita cakap pasal CAPM, CAPM is not using a head here. Right, dia hanya guna R. Okay, so how are we going to calculate the required rate of returns on stock A? Okay, that is RF plus beta stock A times RM minus RF. Okay, so what is RF? 5% plus beta positive 1.5. If it's negative, don't forget to put the negative sign, be careful. And times market risk premium, which is 12% minus 5%. So that means returns on stock A is what? 7 times 1.5, berapa? So 10.5. 10.5 plus 5, that means you get 15.5%. So that is returns on stock A. Okay, required rate of return on stock A using CAPM. What about stock B? We are talking about the same market here, but different stock. So how are we going to calculate stock B's return? RF masih lagi 5% plus apa? Beta dia positive 0.5 times RM 12% minus 5%. So therefore returns on stock B equals to 5, 7, 3.5, 3.5 plus 5, 8.5, is it? 8.5, right? So this is the returns on stock B. So this is how stocks B respond to the market changes that leads to the returns of 8.5%. Whereas stock A, if there is a market changes, stock A's return will be 15.5%, which is higher than B. Why returns on stock A is higher than returns on stock B? Because what? High risk. Betul tak? High beta. Okay, higher risk, higher beta. Okay, understand? So you can see that, okay, 5 here, same as here, 5. Right, 12, 12. 5, also 5 for stock A. Tapi yang membezakan return untuk setiap stock tu tadi adalah apa? Apa dia tadi? Yang
Beta.
membeza, yes, beta. Right, yang membezakan return untuk setiap stock tu adalah beta. Ni dia, 1.5 and 0.5. Okay, kalau negatif 0.5, let's say beta dekat sini is negative 0.5. That means kat sini, apa? You kena put negative sign. Understand? Hold on. Okay. Okay, so that means return you akan berubah lah. It's no longer 8.5, so 3.5. 5 minus 3.5 jadi berapa? 1.5 kan? 1.5%. Boleh? So that is how we apply the CAPM. Dan that is how the beta tu tadi used in the calculations of the returns. Okay? Boleh? Okay. Any questions? No? All right. So this is an example, right? If you put stocks with high beta in your portfolio, your portfolio risk will be higher lah. Okay. Kalau you put the stocks with low beta into your portfolio, then your portfolio risk will be lower. Okay. Okay. So this is what I mentioned. Yes, 1964, right? So this is the formula. And then this is how we show the relationship between the returns and the risk of the stocks, okay, which is measured by beta. So line dia lebih kurang, line dia ni dipanggil security market line. Kalau you tengok line ni SML, tapi kalau kita yang kita belajar mula-mula tadi, ni dia tadi, where is it? This one, line dia lebih kurang sama. Tapi line ni kita panggil bukan line SML, bukan SML line, kita panggil capital market line, CML. Lebih kurang je bentuk dia. Okay. Sebab cuma bezanya yang ini masih lagi menggunakan standard deviation untuk measure the risk of the portfolio. Okay, and also the standard deviations of the asset. Bila kita guna CAPM, right, kita tak guna standard deviation lagi, kita guna beta untuk measure the risk. Right, kita guna beta. That's why horizontal axis dia, risk tu tadi ditunjuk dalam bentuk beta instead of standard deviation. Right, dalam CAPM, standard deviation is what? No longer exists, right? Because it's what? Diversified away already through the diversification effect. Okay, so these are the assumptions used by William Sharpe to show the relationship between risk and return, where the risk is measured by beta. Okay, then you can go through the assumption later on. Go through, these are the assumption, homogeneous expectation, market is perfect, and so on. Okay, right. So this is an example, okay, of using CAPM or applying the CAPM. Okay, right. Let's say in this case, same as what I gave you just now, the example. Stock A has a beta of 1.5, stock Z has a beta of 0.7. Both stocks have a positive beta. That means both stocks returns are moving in the same direction as the market. So risk-free assets, okay, if you invest in the risk-free asset, the return is going to be 3%. And the risk premium is 8%. What is risk premium? So you must bear in your mind, risk premium is what? RM minus RF. Okay, RM minus RF. Kalau soalan tu kata ialah apa? 8% ni adalah market portfolio return, then that is RM. Okay, kalau dia kata risk premium or market risk premium, itu kita sebut RM minus RF. Dia dah kirakan untuk kita siap-siap lah. So, jadi bila kita nak kira required rate of return, kita straight away ambil 8% only. Tak perlu buat 8% minus 3%. Patut jawapannya akan jadi salah. Okay, sebab perkataan ni tadi. Careful lah, risk premium. Risk premium is actually apa? RM minus RF. Okay. Alright, so this is the required rate of return on stock A and Z. Okay. Right, when it comes to portfolio samalah macam kita buat sebelum ni It depends on the weightage. Okay, let's say if we want to form a portfolio that consists of stock A and Z, right? The expected returns from the portfolio is, let's say you want to invest in A 50%, you want to invest in B 50%. So how are you going to determine the portfolio return? Okay, alright, that means okay, dalam case ni, kalau you invest in a portfolio, right, katakan tadi return stock A, the beta stock A tadi berapa? Beta stock Z tadi berapa? 0.7. Another one tadi apa? Is 1.5. Okay, and then required rate of returns of A, dia dah kirakan RF plus beta times RM minus RF tadi, dan dia dapat berapa persen? Berapa? 15 dengan 8.6 kan? Dia dapat dah, siap-siap, kita dah kira dah. 15 ni 15%, then this one also same, Z, RF plus beta, ni beta stock A, ni beta stock Z, RM minus RF, then dia dapat itulah 8.6%. Okay, ni dia dah kira untuk kita tadi. Daripada example lah saya tak payah tunjuk lagi. Jadi sekarang kita kata let's say they invest in stock A 50%. Right, they invest in stock Z also 50%. That is the weightage of his investment. Right, jadi how are we going to determine the required rate of returns of the portfolio? So kita ada dua cara sebenarnya. Satu, kita guna weighted average. Okay, TH weighted, betul ke saya je ni? Weighted GPH kita weighted average formula. Macam mana? Kita dah tahu return on stock A, kita dah tahu return on stock B, dan kita dah tahu weightage dia. Jadi weightage in stock A multiply by returns on stock A. So don't put hat here. Okay, kita tak guna bar pun kat sini sebab kita kira guna CAPM tadi kan. Tak ada pun bar kat sini. Okay, right, so plus dengan weightage in stock B times what? Required rate of return stock B. Then what is the weightage? 50% times 15, right? Plus 50% times 8.6%. Then you akan dapat berapa? Portfolio's return, which is 11.8%. Okay, you akan dapat 11.8%. So this is method number 1. Okay, what about second method? Second method, okay, ialah, right, kita tahu tadi required rate of return stock A ialah 15% yang dia kira tadi. required rate of return untuk stok Z yang dikira adalah 8.6%, and kita tahu weightage in stock A is 50%, and kita tahu juga weightage in stock stock Z also 50%. Okay, jadi how are we going to use the second method? Second method maknanya kita akan cari beta of the portfolio first. Beta of the portfolio, that is weightage in stock A times beta of stock A plus weightage in stock Z multiplied by beta of stock Z. So what is weightage dia tadi? 0.5 times what is beta stock A? Beta stock A is
1.5.
1.5. Ingat beta stock Z nanti berapa boleh? Okay, so hold on 1.5 Alright, beta stock A 1.5 and then plus 50% times what is the beta of Z? 0.7 kan?
Yes.
Okay, then you akan dapat beta of the portfolio berapa? Of 1.5 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, dah dapat beta of the portfolio, now you already fall in love with CAPM's formula kan? You tak nak let go formula tu, you nak guna juga. So kita boleh guna formula CAPM iaitu terus buat required rate of returns of the portfolio. Therefore, RF masih lagi sama. But this time kita guna beta of the portfolio. Mesti konsisten lah P dengan P. Kalau kita kira required rate of return untuk stock A, maknanya apa? Stock A macam ni tadi kan? Right? Sorry. Okay. Yang sebelum ni lah. Allahu Akbar. Mana tadi Yalah. Ni Okay. Right. So beta of portfolio kita dah dapat. And then times RM minus RF. Ni macam ni kita nak apply, nak kira return of portfolio. RF tadi berapa persen? 5 kan? 3. Berapa?
3%.
Sorry? 3.
Yes.
Okay, 3%. Yeah. 3% plus what is the beta of the portfolio? This one. Simply take 1.1 and terus RM masih lagi minus RF teruskan tadi, dia dah kira untuk you all siap.
Yes.
Yes, then you multiply, you akan dapat portfolio's returns of berapa?
11.8.
Yes, 11.8. Okay. Kalau you guna method pertama tadi, macam mana? Sorry, method yang first tadi, required rate of portfolio return adalah berapa? 0.5 times apa tadi? Return dia. Allahu Akbar. Saya ni terlupa lah. 0.5 times berapa return dia? Ni kan 15 dengan 8.6. Okay. 15 dengan 8.6%. Then you akan dapat juga 11.8%. Ni dia. Sama. Whatever method you use, right, you will get the same answer. Tapi you kena careful lah. Kalau you nak guna formula CAPM, you kena guna beta of portfolio. Kalau nak guna weighted average formula, terus jangan ambil lah return yang you kira daripada CAPM formula, then multiply by weightage. Ni benda tu tadi. Okay, tak boleh ni dia. Ni tadi kan? This one lah, method 1. Okay, can you see or not? Can kan? So this is the portfolio lah kalau kita guna CAPM. Jadi panjang lah perjalanannya kan, kita nak kenal CAPM tu daripada awal, mula-mula individual stocks. Macam mana boleh jadi kita guna beta, sebab apa? Sebab adanya diversification, right? Mana datangnya diversification effect, right? Datangnya diversification effect bila adanya covariance and correlation yang apa, negatif ataupun yang lower, okay? Yang menyebabkan apa, variance ataupun unsystematic risk tu tadi diversified away. Jadi portfolio you tinggal systematic risk only. And the systematic risk tadi for the individual stock tadi will be measured by beta. Daripada situlah kita nak guna beta tu tadi untuk determine the returns of the individual stock and also can be used to determine returns of the portfolio using apa tadi? Capital asset pricing model formula that was introduced by Sharpe 1964. Boleh? Okay. Later on kita akan tengok kemudian lah, not today right, bagaimana kita nak buat decision making. Okay, bagaimana kita nak buat decision untuk investment. Nak beli ke tak nak beli stock tu. Nak invest ke tak nak invest stock tu. Itu later on in the next class. Okay. Alright. If you don't have any question, I think that's all for today. Right. Okay.